Hello dear students, today we are here again with the chapter number 18, that is body fluids and circulation. In our last video we have studied the human circulatory system. It is mainly consisting of three parts. The first one is blood, second blood vessels, and third that is the heart. So in last class we have finished with the blood, what are the components of the blood, what is the function of that blood cells, then blood groups, Rh factor, positive, negative, then erythroblastosis fetalis. Up to that we are completed. In today's lecture we'll start with the second component, that is the blood vessels. There are three types of blood vessels. Those are arteries, veins and capillaries. In the diagram you can see the arteries, red color whatever are you can see, those are the arteries, and blue color you can see, those are the veins. And the small branches which are joining the arteries and the veins, the small branches, those are called as the capillary. So first we'll study the arteries. What is the function of the artery? These carry blood from heart to the tissue. Means from the heart whatever the oxygenated blood is there, that is transported to the tissue. So from the heart, oxygenated blood to the tissue. That is the function of the artery. There is an exception, that is the pulmonary artery. It is an exception which carry the deoxygenated blood. What is the function of artery? Artery, it always carry the oxygenated blood from the heart to the tissue. But there is an exception, that is instead of carrying oxygenated blood, it is carrying the deoxygenated blood, and that exception is the pulmonary artery. Clear? Then these arteries are branched into the small branches, and these small branches are called as the arterioles. Means the small branches of the arteries are called as arterioles. Now second, that is the veins. Veins, blue color you can see. And what is the function of the veins? They carry blood towards the heart. So from the tissue, whatever the deoxygenated blood is there, that deoxygenated blood is carried towards the heart. That is the function of veins. And veins, they always carry the deoxygenated blood. But here also one exception is there, that is the pulmonary vein. Instead of carrying deoxygenated blood, this vein, it carries the oxygenated blood. Which is that exception? Pulmonary vein. Then the branches of the veins are called as the venules. Clear? So arteries always carry the oxygenated blood, veins always carry the deoxygenated blood. You remember that. In the tissue, the arterioles whatever are there, these arterioles, they divide again into the thin walled and single layered vessels, and they are called as the capillaries. You can see in the diagram the veins, they are going and dividing into a network like structure, thin walled single layered vessels. These are called as the capillaries. And where these are dividing? In the tissue, for the exchange of the gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide. So from the cell they will take the carbon dioxide, and to the cell they will give the oxygen. So for that purpose they are divided into thin and single layered vessels called as the capillaries. So capillaries function is what? Mainly they are divided thin walled, so that the exchange of gases between the tissue and the blood is taking place through these capillaries. The capillaries, they unite into the venules and they get connected to the veins. Now we'll move on to the third main part of the blood vascular system, that is heart. Heart, it is mesodermally derived. So three germ layers will be there, endoderm, mesoderm and ectoderm. So from that mesoderm the heart is derived, and it is located in the mediastinum, the position in between the two lungs, that is mediastinum. It is protected by double layered, that double layer wall is called as the pericardium. The two membranes are there which are covering the heart, and those two layered membrane is called as pericardium. And in between these two pericardial membrane there is a fluid called as pericardial fluid. So that space is filled with the fluid called as pericardial fluid. What is the function of this pericardial fluid? It reduces the friction between the heart walls and surrounding tissue. When the heart is pumping, the friction is taking place in between the heart walls and in between the tissues and the heart. So that friction is reduced due to this pericardial fluid. So heart is mesodermally originated. It is covered by two layered membrane called as the pericardium, and in between the two membrane the fluid is filled, that is called as the pericardium. When you see the structure of heart, heart is made up of four chambers. The two upper chambers are called as auricles and two lower chambers are called as ventricles. So total four chambered heart. The wall of the ventricle, that is lower chambers, the wall of the ventricles are much thicker than the atria. The wall of the lower chambers, that is ventricles, are more thicker as compared to the auricles. The atria are separated by interatrial septum. On the upper side, two auricles are there. Those two auricles are also separated from each other. In between those two chambers, a membrane is present. That membrane is called as interatrial septum. And in the lower side, two ventricles are present. Those two ventricles are also separated from each other by a membrane called as interventricular septum. So upper two are separated by interatrial septum and lower two are separated by the interventricular septum. So all the four chambers are separated from each other. Now, in between the auricles, that is atrium, that is upper two chambers, and the ventricles, lower two chambers, there is a thick fibrous atrioventricular septum. Auricle and ventricles are separated by a membrane that is called as atrioventricular septum with the opening. Which is that opening? Opening is called as the valves. Means auricle and ventricle, they are separated, but they are in connection with a small opening, and that opening is called as the valve. So there are two valves, one in the right side and one in the left side. So those valves are tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve. Bicuspid is also called as the mitral valve. So tricuspid valve, as the name indicates, there are three muscular flaps. So it is called as tricuspid. Three muscular flaps like a door of like the doors of the window, flap like structures are there. These guards the opening between right atrium and right ventricle. So right atrium and the right ventricle, these are connected with each other by a tricuspid valve. So tricuspid valve is present in the right side of the heart. So in the diagram you can see right side of the heart there is a tricuspid valve, and in the left side bicuspid valve is present. This valve guards the opening between left atrium and left ventricle. To the left side, bicuspid valve is present. The two flaps are present, so it is bicuspid. And in the right side, the tricuspid valve is present. Three flap-like structures. So these are the two openings which are connecting the auricle with the ventricle. Tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve. You can see tricuspid valve. You can see tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve. So what is the function of the valve? These valves allow the flow of blood only in one direction, that is from atria to ventricle. It will not go back from ventricles to auricles. Only it will flow from auricles to ventricle. Only one direction flow. So that is the function of the valves. They prevent the backflow of the blood. Clear? The opening of the right and left ventricles. Okay, now whatever the ventricles are there now, these ventricles, these are opening into the pulmonary artery and aorta respectively. So these are provided, both these openings are there, these are provided with a semilunar valve. A valve is present in the pulmonary artery and the aorta. That valve is called as semilunar valve, and they also prevent the backward flow of the blood. Means ventricles, they will give the blood from auricle, the blood will come into ventricle. From the ventricle it will go into the pulmonary artery and the aorta. So there one more valves are present, those are called as semilunar valves, and they also prevent the backward flow of the blood. Once it go upward, it will not come back. Here You can see tricuspid valve and bicuspid means mitral valve. In the right side you can see the tricuspid valve and in the left side you can see the mitral valve. So right atrium and left atrium. There you can see these two valves. See the opening, how they are opening, tricuspid and bicuspid valve. Then when the auricle is filled with the blood, the tricuspid and bicuspid valve is open and it will come into the ventricles. And then the blood will flow into the pulmonary artery and the aorta. That time the bicuspid and tricuspid valve will get closed and the semilunar valve will get open and blood will flow into that. Now we'll see the conducting system. So human heart is myogenic, that is normal activities of the heart or auto-regulated. Myogenic means muscular heart it is. Okay, so heart activities are regulated by the specialized cardiac muscular tissues. Those specialized cardiac muscles are called as the nodal tissues which are present in the wall of the heart. So there are two types of the nodal tissues, SAN and AVN. So now in the diagram you can see the right atrium. The first one is SAN, that is sinoatrial node. So on the upper side of the right auricle, you will see the SAN at the top in the right upper corner of the right atrium. So there the SAN is present and in the same atrium at the lower side, in the lower left corner of the right atrium, close to the atrioventricular septum, there you will find the AVN. So in the right atrium at the top SAN is present and at the lower side the AVN is present. These are the nodal tissues. Now see in the diagram. From the AVN, where the AVN is present at the top of the right atrium. So from the AVN, the AV bundles are forming. AV bundles means these are the atrioventricular bundles. A fiber-like structures are coming out. These are called as the AV bundles. These AV bundles are passes through atrioventricular septa, a septum which is separating the auricles and ventricle. Through that septum these are passing, that is atrioventricular septa, and then they divides into the right and left AV bundles. So right AV bundle and left AV bundle. Now both they are reached to the ventricles. So each branch passes through the ventricular walls of its side. So one that is right AV bundle is going to the right ventricle, left AV bundle is going to the left ventricle. You can see in the diagram that green color line. Clear? In the ventricular wall. So when they will come to the ventricular wall, what happens? It breaks up into the minute fibers. You can see in the diagram to that green color line, again small branches are coming out. So they will break into the minute fibers and these fibers are called as the Purkinje fibers. The small branches are called as the Purkinje fibers, and these fibers along with the bundles, that is AV, right AV and left AV bundle, along with that small branches Purkinje fibers, together they are known as bundles of His. Clear? So what is the function of this nodal tissue? Nodal tissues generate action potential without any external stimuli, that is it is auto-excitable. Action potential, when the action potential is generated, then only the contraction and relaxation of the heart is taking place, then only the pumping of the blood is taking place. So that initiation of the contraction, that is called as the action potential, that is the function of this nodal tissue SAN. So SAN, it initiates and maintains the contraction of the heart by generating the action potential. So it is called as the pacemaker. If initiation only is not there, then the heart will not contract. If heart will not contract, then no pumping of the blood will take place. No pumping of the heart, then no blood is circulated to the body parts. So SAN, it is the pacemaker because it initiates and maintains the contraction of the heart by generating the action potentials. So action potentials, how much they are generated? Per minute 70 to 75 action potentials are generated. So it is called as pacemaker. So SAN, which is present at the top of the auricle. So this is 1 mark question. SAN, why it is referred as pacemaker? Here you can see at the top of the right atrium SAN, that is sinoatrial node is there, and at the lower side of the right atrium, the AV node, that is atrioventricular node, AVN, is there. So SAN is called as the pacemaker because it generates the action potential. So that SAN, you can see that yellow color patch, SAN has activated the stimulation or action potential is generated. So from the SAN, now it is transferred to the AVN. So from the top it will come to the bottom, that is from SAN to AVN. Then from the AVN it will come to the AV bundles, or you can call bundles of His. So AV bundle, when it reaches the ventricle, it will divide it into two, that is right and left AV bundles, okay, respectively. Then from that right and left AV bundle, the action potential is transferred now to the walls of the ventricles. So total from auricle to the ventricle, the stimulation is passed.